let me start with something most men don't realize. Even in an era emphasizing independence and boundaries, women often desire to be approached by someone they find attractive. While they won't explicitly state this, they will communicate their interest through subtle body language cues. This is a crucial point to understand. If you miss those signals, she'll assume you're either not interested or not confident enough to step up. Now, I know you've probably been told things like, leave women alone, or she'll tell you if she wants to talk. But here's the real truth. Women rarely say it outright. We signal it. We give little hints. And yes, sometimes we even get frustrated when men don't notice. Think about that. A woman could be across the room giving you all the green lights and you never walk over. From her point of view, that feels like rejection, even though you never said a word. And here's the part most men don't get. These aren't complex or hidden signals requiring a psychology degree to understand. In fact, they're quite obvious once you know what to look for. The real issue is that most men are too nervous, distracted, or simply unaware to notice these signs directly in front of them. Therefore, in this video, I will reveal 5 body language cues indicating a woman wants you to approach her. I'll break them down for you in a simple, straightforward way so you'll never be left guessing again. And I promise once you understand these signs, you'll start noticing them everywhere. 1. The way she holds eye contact. Let's start with one of the clearest body language signs a woman actually wants you to approach her. The way she uses eye contact. Men underestimate how powerful this is because you're often taught to look for something obvious like a woman waving at you or walking right up to you. But the truth is, women rarely make the first direct move. Instead, we use subtler signals that invite you in, and eye contact is at the top of that list. Now here's what you need to know. If she glances at you once, that doesn't mean much. Women glance at people all the time without thinking about it. But if she looks at you, holds the gaze for a moment, and then looks away, and later looks back again, that's intentional. That second or third look is where the meaning lives. Women don't repeatedly look at men they have zero interest in. If she does it, it means you've caught her attention. The tricky part is that most men either ignore it, misread it, or convince themselves they're imagining things. And honestly, that's where a lot of opportunities get lost. Because when a woman gives you repeated eye contact, she's essentially opening the door for you to approach without making herself vulnerable by walking over to you first. She's signaling comfort, interest, and even a bit of curiosity. Imagine you're in a cafe and she looks up from her book. Your eyes meet. She gives a quick, subtle smile and then she looks back, down. A few minutes later, she does it again. That's not an accident. She's giving you permission. More than that, she's hoping you pick up on it. If you don't, she'll eventually assume you're either not interested or too timid, and the chance is gone. Here's the bottom line. A woman's eyes will tell you what her words won't. If she keeps finding ways to connect with yours, she's silently inviting you to step forward. Don't overthink or wait for obvious signs. A woman's smile isn't always an indication of romantic interest. While some smiles are genuine expressions of liking, others are simply polite, friendly, or meant to avoid appearing rude. Many men misinterpret these subtle differences. But when a woman wants you to approach her, the smile takes on a different quality, and you can feel it if you're paying attention. Here's what you should know. A polite smile is quick, tight, and it ends fast. Think of the kind of smile you'd give a stranger when you accidentally bump into them on the street. That smile doesn't linger. It's a social reflex, but a smile that's meant for you, the kind that's encouraging you to make a move, lasts a little longer. It softens her face. Her eyes join in, and it feels like the smile is directed at you, not just happening around you. The difference is subtle, but it's real. Women don't usually flash that kind of warm, repeated smile at men. They don't want around them. And if she pairs it with other signals like eye contact or slightly turning her body toward you, then you've got something strong to work with. A lot of men miss this because they second-guess it themselves. They see the smile, but they think she's just being nice. And sometimes, yes, that's true. But here's the truth you probably don't hear enough. Women rarely risk giving an inviting, repeated smile to a man they don't find attractive in some way. It's just not something we do casually because we know it encourages you to come closer. So the real insight here is this. If she's smiling in a way that feels personal, intentional, and it happens more than once, don't talk yourself out of it. That's not her being polite. That's her way of telling you, yes, I see you and I want you to see me too. 3, she finds excuses to be near you. Now let's talk about proximity. Because a woman's body language isn't only about what she does with her eyes or her smile. It's also about where she positions herself. If a woman wants you to approach her, one of the clearest signs is that she'll move closer or she'll find little reasons to place herself in your space. Think about it. Women are very aware of where we stand, sit, or walk. We don't usually drift into a man's orbit by accident. If she keeps popping up near you, maybe she chooses the seat close. To you, even, though there were plenty of other options, or she suddenly lingers in the same area where you're hanging out. That's intentional. It's a way of lowering the barrier between you and her without having to say a word. This isn't about dramatic moves. It's often subtle. She may position herself so you can overhear her conversations, or casually lean against the bar a few steps from where you're standing, or slow down when walking past you. Women don't always make these things obvious, but trust me, we know what we're doing when we do it. Why does this matter? Because women don't like rejection any more than you do. Approaching you directly feels risky, so instead, she makes herself accessible. She's creating a moment where you can step in without it feeling forced or awkward. She's silently saying, I'm here, and I wouldn't mind if you came over. A man who doesn't get this will think it's just coincidence. But a man who understands female psychology sees it differently. He understands that a woman repeatedly choosing to be in his presence is a clear invitation. So the key takeaway is, if she consistently finds reasons to be near you, don't dismiss it as coincidence. This is her giving you the go-ahead, hoping you'll be confident enough to make the next move. 4th, her body language speaks volumes, even if her words don't. This is a crucial point many men miss. A woman's body will reveal more than her spoken words ever will. You might hear her chatting with a friend, pretending to be busy, or even acting like she's not paying you much attention. But if her body is angled toward you, that's the real story. Women don't face themselves toward men they want to avoid. We close ourselves off when we're not interested, crossing arms, turning away, or keeping our feet pointed elsewhere. It's instinct. But when we're open to you, our body follows. Men fear rejection. So we give you a subtle form of permission. By staying present, we're signalling, if you came over right now, I wouldn't push you away. That's our version of lowering the risk for you. Here's the mistake men make. They assume a woman who stays in, their space is just being random, so they don't act. But the truth is, if she wanted nothing to do with you, she wouldn't stick around. Her staying isn't an accident, it's an invitation. Pay. attention to the effort she makes to remain within your orbit. If she's still there after she's had every reason to leave, that's your sign to step in. 7. If you don't act, she loses interest fast. This is where I have to be brutally honest with you. Women may drop all the signals in the world. The eye contact, the smile, the hair touch, the lingering near you. But if you don't make a move, her interest fades quickly. And once it fades, it rarely comes back. Here's why. Attraction for women is emotional, but it's also tied to timing and momentum. If she's showing you body language that screams, "Come, talk to me," and you hesitate, she interprets that hesitation as uncertainty or lack of confidence. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who doesn't step up when the moment is right. You need to understand this. Women don't sit around forever waiting for you to notice. If you miss your window, she'll assume you're not interested, or worse, that you're too timid. And while she may have wanted you 5 minutes ago, that feeling can flip in an instant. Women respect decisiveness. We're drawn to men who know how to act without second-guessing themselves into oblivion. Now, I'm not saying you should be reckless or ignore her boundaries, but if her body language is clearly open, if she's lingering, smiling, and inviting you in with her presence, then you've already been given the green light. The risk of rejection is far lower than you think. The harsh truth is, men who hesitate get stuck watching the opportunity slip away. And guess what? Another guy who is paying attention will notice the same signs and walk right over. Then you're left wondering, what could have been all because you froze? So here's your wake-up call. If you want to win with women, you can't just read the signs. You have to act on them because attraction isn't permanent. It's fleeting. And if you wait too long, you'll lose it. Let me leave you with this truth. Women rarely say, "Hey, come, talk to me." Instead, we communicate through subtle cues, signals, and body language. If you're not tuned in, you'll miss them. And missing them means missing your chance. Here's the controversial part. Women want you to take the lead. We'll drop hints. We'll open the door, but we're not going to drag you through it. If you can't see the signs or you're too afraid to act, another man will. And she won't think twice about shifting her attention to him. Attraction is not patient. It's not waiting around for you to build up the courage. It's either seized in the moment or it fades. So pay attention. Watch her eyes, her smile, the way she positions her body, the way she lingers in your space. Those are invitations, not accidents. And when you see them, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. This opportunity is fleeting. Now, I want to hear your experiences. Have you ever realized in retrospect that you missed a woman's signals? Or perhaps you recognized and acted on them successfully? Share your stories in the comments below. I'll be reading and curious to see how many of you can relate. At the end of the day, the men who win with women are the ones who notice what others overlook and act without overthinking. Be that man. Don't wait. Don't doubt. And don't let attraction slip through your fingers.